commendation from various stakeholders in the building sector for introducing a bill to establish the Nigerian Institute of Facilities Management. The bill, sponsored by Honorable Philip Agbese, aims to promote the care, maintenance and management of building facilities in both public and private sectors.
My name is Erubami, President of the Association of Facility Management Practitioners in Nigeria. Here with other associations in the built environment, the Institute of Global Facility Management, the Engineers in Facility Management, the Builders in Facility Management, and other associations in the built environment, like the estate surveyors and valuers. We are here to work with Honorable Agbese to push through the bill for the establishment of the Institute of Facility Management in Nigeria. It's high time we organize facility management in such a way that it will be integrated into the national infrastructure development process. Because when we have infrastructure being developed both in public and private sector, we want to ensure that from the point of planning to delivery, facility management as a concept, as a principle, is built into it. We are responsible for training and equipping and capacity building for facility managers across the country. And we also want this to be built into the public and private sectors in Nigerian business and public administration. Every time we want a life cycle approach to building and development, so that the management, the operations, the sustainability, operational readiness will be enshrined and confirmed from the onset. And that's what this bill is going to do, just to make sure that we're not building to destroy or building to allow to go down. We want to build things that will last. We want to make sure that the right principles are embedded into our development process, so that we can have things that we will not be looking back to with nostalgia that we used to have this. We're going to have it in perpetuity because it is built well and the operations are already enshrined in this. So that's what this bill is looking forward to, and we hope to make it success with this. Yeah, so the Land Use Act is basically transactional. It's about ownership, it's about how land is moved from one person to another, how land value goes up. But what we are interested in now is in the infrastructure, the buildings that go on land, right? So those buildings are built for purposes of different functions, whether for public service or private businesses. Those buildings, as they come up, should be operated in a systematic manner that ensures that their value is retained and increased over time, and that the users continue to gain value and gain all of the services and features that were promised in those buildings. We don't want buildings being run down. If you build a facility that you care for a certain number of people performing certain functions, we want to sustain that that functionality of that facility for its entire life cycle. That's what this one is. This is more about maintenance. This is more about care. This is more about management using professional principles. I think the first thing that every Nigerian will realize is that if you work with professionals in the built environment, an architect, a quantity surveyor, a builder, estate surveyor, and the rest, you get to a point where you're almost left to yourself, right? You are left to yourself to manage it from then on. But you also need professionals that will help you in managing it in a sustainable manner. Beyond developing and arriving at the point where you've commissioned and own it, you need to move forward to how you can continue to gain value, from the asset. So people who build and there's value erosion because of poor maintenance. There is life cycle, loss of interest. You take rental value, for example. If you put out a brand new, functional facility, it attracts high rents. If you don't maintain it and it goes down over time, your rent continues to dwindle with it, right? So what we do as facility managers is to ensure that you can continue to get high rents because we're going to maintain it in a proper way and make sure that it keeps giving you value on an ongoing basis. We've seen the first reading. It's still a bill that's in the works. We've just come to discuss the gazetting and the second reading and the public hearing with the Honorable Rep member today, and we hope to see that this is progressed as quickly as possible. The lawmakers should see this as their own, because everybody exists in some form of building or facilities. Whether your residences, your workplaces, whatever you do, public or private sector, we need to see our buildings being preserved. We need to see our buildings being sustained the way they are managed. So it's everybody's interest to have proper facility management built into our national psyche and the way we do things.
Comfort Olayinka, DCTV News.